Hi everyone, welcome back to Study Hat. In today's lesson, we are going to be looking at synonyms, our part 2 of our mini synonym unit. And we're going to be focusing on selecting synonyms. So what that means is choosing a synonym that goes with another word. And the best way to approach this is to really think about the meaning, the definition of a word, go through a process of elimination, and as always, work left till right. My tips again are use your dictionary and your thesaurus. So, before we look at the actual questions, let's think about this. What is a synonym? So it's a word that has the same meaning or a similar meaning to another word. We are going to be looking at what is a synonym, just to recap and refresh your memory. And it's also a really good opportunity for you to expand your vocabulary, because the examples that I give you are always going to be different. And if there are any words you don't know, jot them down, put them in your trusty notebook. So which examples are we going to be looking at today? So what are the synonyms for spy? What are the words with similar meanings? Mole, investigator, agent, detective, informer. Clean. What are the synonyms for clean? Spotless, hygienic, immaculate, neat, and sterile. Shout. What are the synonyms for shout? Yell, holler, cry out, shriek, exclaim. Now, as you can see with these synonyms, they are not exactly the same as the word. They have a similar meaning, and some of them have a meaning that is more similar than others. Some have a meaning that will work better in other situations. It's always good to be aware that there is a bit of flexibility in the meaning of words. So let's have a look at this example. Shy, confident, angry, comfortable, timid. So we'll work left to right. Let's go through each word and think about what it means so that we can find the two that are most similar in meaning. So shy, nervous, afraid, cautious, confident, fearless, hopeful, self-assured, angry, enraged, annoyed, irate, comfortable, relaxed, cozy, pleasant, and finally timid. Let's have a look at what timid means. Gentle, afraid, nervous. Okay, so we can see that the ones that are most similar in meaning, because they both share synonyms, which are afraid and nervous, are shy and timid. In this question, if you are confident with the meaning of several of the words, but you're unsure about one of them, you might have to think, okay, what are the associations? Can you play out any sentences in which you could hear it in your head? Because timid, for example, might be a word that you don't know. And if you've gone through the first four, you see that none of them match up and you need to figure out what timid matches up with. Think, okay, how could I imagine this word being used? And that might help you. The second type of question in this selecting synonyms section is selecting pairs of synonyms. So you're not just looking for two that are the most similar in meaning. Instead, you're given 3 groups of pairs, and you need to decide which of those groups are the most similar in meaning. So let's have a look. So here are 3 groups: new, unfamiliar, fast, slow, dual, expensive. So as we did with the previous exercise, let's go through left to right and think about the definitions of the words. So new, unused, original, different, unfamiliar, unusual, different, fast, quick, speedy, witty, slow, delayed, unintelligent, leisurely, dual, gem, brilliant. Some of the dual, they're brilliant. Expensive, valuable, overpriced, costly. So if we're looking at these 3 groups, we think fast and slow, they're not similar in meaning. They're the opposite. Dual and expensive, they're connected because jewels tend to be quite expensive, but they're not similar in meaning. And if we go back to our first one, new and unfamiliar. So some of the ways that they are defined are actually quite similar. New can be different. If there's a new route to school, for example, that's a different route to school. And unfamiliar, It's also something that's a bit different. So it may not be your typical translation of these words or definition of these words, but you need to look for any similarities in meaning. Remember, it's the most similar in meaning. It's not exact in every single sense. And please do note down any synonyms that you've learned in this lesson and record them in your book and to your memory so that they will help you in your 11 plus. And that's it for today's lesson on selecting synonyms. Don't forget to have a go at the quiz right after this, and I will see you in the next video.